Now you helped. Now you were involved in building the Epcot Center, right?
I was involved in ensuring that the Epcot project came in on time, on the date that the executives.
What was your role there?
I was hired to make sure it happened. What occurred was they had advertised when it was going to open. Disney did. The executives were scared to death that they would not open it on time because they were way behind schedule. I was hired to ensure that it did.
And did it?
It did. I went to the head of the scheduling department as an example to ask him where the project was. He was bent over his desk with a huge flow chart. I introduced myself. He didn't even look up. He stuck out his hand like this. I asked him where the project was at. He pointed to a poster up above his desk. Never said a word. On the poster, which had been done by one of the artists over at the studio, in beautiful multicolored grand calligraphy, it said, "Opening Ceremonies Epcot," and showed a tractor pulling a pyramid of water skiers across the dirt lake. That's where he predicted they would be at opening day. They were that far behind. And what I did was, the reason they were that far behind was because the creative department was warring with the engineering department, and they would, the engineers would begin to plug something into concrete, and the creators wanted to change it, and there were all of these upsets going on. So I simply went from one person to another, going, do you want to have a miserable work day or a joyful one? Take your pick. Miserable, you already got down pat. You don't need me. Right? I got them back into joy. They're marvelously phenomenal people. It opened on time. Railings were being soldered as the dignitaries were coming in on opening ceremonies. You know, wells were being cooled and then sanded and then dried and then painted, and the paint was dried. Yeah, but it opened. It opened on time.
Oh, that's great. That must have been enormously satisfying. So what you could say here then is you have quite a track record in helping manifest big projects.
Yes, and in manifesting individual projects. I've been a one-to-one consultant and a seminar leader. I taught seminars in order to learn the subject that I was attempting to teach. Yeah.
And if people are interested in doing some consulting with you, how do they get in touch with you?
Through the internet site's the easiest one.
Okay.
They can email me at, my email is wonderfunsite, WONDERFUNSITE @hotmail.com. But one thing I want to say is this is United Worlds. In the theme park, there are two huge areas, right? There's the Land of the Dragons, in which you can discuss wisdom and philosophy with dragons. There is Long, Long Ago with a 1,400-year-old codger, old Doc Fowler. There is Atlantis and the Water Humans, where you can learn love and attract the dolphins to come and swim with you. And then there are two areas, one called United Worlds and United Earth. And in United Worlds, aliens are teleporting in, their ships are landing. You can sit around at the Crash Saucer Salad Bar with them and discuss answers to all of the problems that Earth had. They're claiming they had all the problems too and found the answers. In United Worlds, this is where we're going to change the world. There's a theatrical production there. There is what is called the path clearing technologies, the path clearing theater, excuse me. And here we dramatize that it is in the interest of the vested interests, that it is in the interest of the powers that be to support the unified, coordinated freedom of every individual. It is in their interest to empower the uniqueness of the individual to the point where that uniqueness is actually manifested for the benefit of the individual and all mankind. These theatrical productions are wonderful. They're not designed to impose, they're designed to increase an awareness of how grand life could be if you supported all
So
this.
make people aware of the possibilities.
Yes.
Okay.
And the actual technologies for pulling it off.
And then, yes.
In the theme park, you have the theme park will be the first theme park ever to have a university as part of the theme park. And it's called Wonder World Multiversity. And in the theme park, you have the dramatization of connecting to all of the know-how and the level of consciousness necessary for us to actually pull off, to cease warring with each other, to cease opposing other people's viewpoints, to realize that their viewpoints are viewpoints. They are one of the ways life could be created, one of the ways life could be experienced. It might not be your point of view, but it's a valid way. And if you oppose it, you're only going to have a war game with your wife, your kids, your teacher, your boss. You don't oppose it. What you do is you present an expanded way in which both of you can win even more than you're winning already. Right?
So if you would want people to take away one thing from this interview that we've just done, what would that be?
We are going to arrive at the paradise.
Okay.
We have the know-how. We have the power. We can arrive.
And it's going to be fun.
And it's going to be fun. The trip is going to be fun. Arriving.
Great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
This is John Rafanello from Wonder World.